Hi everybody, welcome to today's transmission. This is a twin flame spiral activation. I received overnight very powerful activation of my pineal gland. It felt like it was being poured with this high vibrational energy, and after a while of that, it was quite intense. My body was buzzing. I felt bursting of my pineal gland, and then the integration of that. So I understood I was expanded up to the next level, or the next dimensional level. It was a graduation out to the next level. So I was then guided, as always, to download that activation into artworks. So you're going to receive here the activation of the twin flame spiral via your pineal gland. And I will talk a little bit about that at the end of the transmission. It is connected to an experience I had. If you've been following me, you've already heard this story, where I was in a field and I had a transmission come through. This was in the middle of the night. I was standing in the middle of a field and I was told I was about to meet my twin flame, and a channeled message came through and I saw the geometry on the ground, just like when I'm doing my art, except I saw it superimposed on the ground, taking up the whole field. The next morning when I woke up, that same geometry had actually landed as a crop circle in not exactly that field, but an adjacent field in the same town. So I've created an artwork for that, which I'm putting here now. And this, as I've created that artwork, I've often seen it being activated and been able to track the journey of the twin flames through what I'm seeing happening as the left spiral and the right spiral do different things. So I'm understanding through this transmission and this experience in my sleep and the artwork where we're up to now. This also can be tracked through some recent completions in some twin flame paintings that I will also create as a separate video later, which I'll link down below. But for now, I just want you to be able to receive this activation in its purity. I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end. So if you just want to get yourself into a relaxed, peaceful state, you may want to lay down or sit down. If you don't have your feet flat on the ground, imagine your feet on the ground so that you can expand your energy down into the earth. Open your heart, open your mind, feel your energy go through your crown up into the heavens. And just allow your eyes to wander over the images. Each image, though it's using the same artwork, you can see the artwork has a light code. And it has been configured in this kaleidoscope formation to form various activations from the light code, in the same way as with light language, a single sound can have multiple uses and multiple activations in different ways depending on how it's used. So just allow the sounds of the light language to wash over you. You're receiving activations and energy through my voice, whether I'm speaking light language or I'm transferring information from the higher dimensions. So we're ready to start. So yes, just let the sounds wash over you, let your eyes wander over the image, let them stop where they want to stop, focus on various things that show up, or just take in the whole image and just trust that there's a higher process going on. So here we go. Shakata ia kashakakata kia kashakata koshakata ia kashakakai kokotoya ka ia kaya 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 kai ishata ia kaya kakata ia kia katoya kai kia kaya katia kaya koshakaka ki kai 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 I kai 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 kaya taya koya taia kai I kai kai kaya tia oya kaya tai I kai 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 tia koya aya kai Ikiki kaya 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 toya kai ia ashakai Ashakaya taia kaya koya taia kai. Ia kaya to koya ka ia kaya kash. Akasha kasha 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 tia kaya. Oi 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 oi. Ataya ka aya kai koi koi koi. In the benevolent spectrums of light that enfold you now, you are being flooded with light codes of twin flame unity via the twin flame spiral configuration as received via crop circle activations. Ashakatia kashakotoya ka aya koi ai. The spectrums of light are enabling you to shift upward in unity and focus, where your attention is diverted from lower aspects and into higher spectrums of unity and light as a co-creative alliance. There will forever be new beings of light that are activating their codes in collaboration with you for the benevolence of the planet and the return to the higher spectrums of Eden. Ashakatia kasha ta'ia kash, ashakatia kash ashakash, ashakatia kasha kosha ta'ia kasha kash 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 kash. The new spectrums of light that are enfolding you are of the highest love and light, and they will be perpetuating forward upward movement for your own unity with your counterpart, as well as in collaboration with the twin flame collectives. Ashakatia kasha taia kash. Ashakatia kasha 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 kosha kaya 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 kaya. There are new beings of light that wish to take your hand and guide you forward. This is through the higher dimensional spectrums where they guide you and teach you during meditation and sleep in an altered state. They are guiding you through higher cities of light where you are learning new skills and receiving light codes of your new gifts, which you will enable to be anchored through the collective energies into the planetary systems to enable the ascension programs and timelines to activate through the Twin Flame Collective, and then secondarily through the light workers and their environments and communities. Ashakatia kashataia kashakash. Ashakatia ashakash. The light codes you are bringing through are cleansing the waters of the planet. Ashakatashakakashakokosh. These waters are the fluids that nourish and animate all life forms on the planet. And as these are cleansed, these cleansing waters gradually and powerfully purify, transform, upshift, and uplift humanity and the planet as a whole. The cities of light then become seeded into the earth grids. Ashakatia kasha kasha kash. Feeling very strong throat and solar plexus activations here, as well as seal point and crown. Ashakata shakatia kasha 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 kash. Ashakatia ayata iyakash. There's a clearing, there's a crystalline energy. It's the cities of light come down through your crown, through your midline, through your solar plexus, cleansing those traumas that have created separation from the higher unity that you are, also with your twin flame counterpart. Ashakatash, Ashakatash, bringing you more into unity, co-creative unity. So as you're co-creating at the higher unified levels of your soul before individuating into separate vessels, the remembrance and connection and elevation to that within our being is now forming pathways down your spine, pathways of higher love, higher light, higher unity, down through the sacrum bone, down through the base chakra into the earth grids, into the inner earth. Ashakatia, Ashakash, Ashakashataya, Kashakash, out through your hands. Ashakatashakash, Ash, 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 Ash. And I can see here it looks like this is a head and some hands, and the energies are going out into the world, but they're also going into the book, like the Akashic records. Like this is a book. Ashakata shakata shakash kash 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 kash. Ashakata shakash kush 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 kush. Ashakata shakata ashakash kash 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 kash. Ashakata shako shakata ashakata shakata 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 shakatash. Ashakatia kash. So I'm seeing this as the individuated twin flame counterpart. So there's one of them. There's also obviously one on the other side of this spiral. So this is one side of the spiral, one of the twins, and see how it's connected into the source energy, as is the spiral. Ashakatashakash. And I'm also seeing this as representing the pineal gland. Ashakatashakatash, and how it connects to the zeal point chakra and the third eye. So this is the eye. I'm seeing this is the eye coming out the front of the head. This is the zeal point. This is some different glands in the head, and then this is the zeal point, or the well of dreams, or the altar major. It's got lots of different names that connects you up to your higher knowing. So this is the higher knowing is of unity. Ashakata ia kasha kotoya kash 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 kash. Ia koia ta ia kashakataya kia katasha koia ta ia kashakai ia kaya koia ta ia kashakash kash 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 kash. In the benevolent spectrums of light that enfold you now, you are receiving multiple, multi-dimensional, multifold, multifaceted light codes of high frequency that are activating your path forward. So I'm feeling your legs getting the light codes and moving you forward on the right path. And I'm feeling the unity. So I'm feeling the masculine, the feminine parts of the body, the left and right side, but I'm also feeling how they are one, and how that also reflects on the counterpart. So their left and right side of their body is one. And so each of you as polarities within the twin flame unity are one in the same way as the left and right side of the body are one. They're one unit. They're controlled by the one brain. Ashakatashakaya toyakai. So feeling that clear through the throat. Ashakatia kaya kaya kai. Okay, that's what that one's about. So this one is very similar. It's just zoomed in a bit. Ayakaya toshakai. All right. Ia toia kaya taia kosha taia kashako toia kaya katasha kai. Ia katasha koia taia kashako toi 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 toi. In the benevolent spectrums of light, you will undergo many transformations in your physical vessel as you elevate through the frequency spectrums and the multidimensional levels. This is an additional activation. This breaks you through to the next level of unity and co-creation with your counterpart at the higher levels of soul self. Ashakatia kashakai, iya kaya tokoshakai, iya taya kai. You become more aware of the left and right aspects, the masculine, feminine aspects, the yin and yang aspects, the polarities working within you as a being. And as you do so, you become more aware at the multidimensional levels of how the same process occurs within your twin flame unity in your other individuated vessel, Ashakatia Kashakash, as you become more conscious of this organic, synchronized, singular movement through two vessels, you release your resistance to it and your identity as a individual working on your own. As you release that, you are releasing separation and you are releasing your expectations of other, of counterpart in relation to the limited perspective of your egoic self and learned programs. As this occurs, you shapeshift to a high version of self, which snaps into place as your eyes are open and your awareness connects to this unified co-creative mechanism that is always in place, but that you are now encountering from a higher aspect of understanding and comprehension. This enables less friction, less resistance, and less entropy as you activate much more fully in your embodied vessel on the ground in this lifetime as a co-creative unity. There are many transformations that are occurring through your physical vessel, which will now download Ashakataya Kaayatia Kayakosh. As you are able to integrate them, you can receive the next level of transformation and activations. Ashakatashia Tashakosh. This can be a time where your system and your body must rest and integrate and move away from active doing and action whilst these energies move through and recalibrate and reconfigure within your system. As this occurs in both vessels, this enables a synchrony at the human functional level that is magnetic and magnetizes and synchronizes via quantum particle mechanics. Ashakatia Kashakai. To allow this, you must be in a state of trust and alignment to the higher purpose of your twin flame co-creative unity and the intentions and mission of the twin flame collective. Be responsive to the intuitions and knowings that you are receiving inherently through your pineal gland and your higher senses. These are accurate and true. Do discern them, though, from the egoic programmed processes and understand that these feel different within your system. There is a marked difference in spiritually inspired information and programmed responses, and this code helps you to discern these via your surrender to the higher as they become much more visible to you through this twin flame spiral activation. Blessings and much love to you. So that was quite a big activation, and what I will say is, as I received those light codes, I did have a headache afterwards. It was quite a strong headache for about half a day. You may or may not have that, as I have already integrated those codes. That is kind of like rendering them, like transforming them into a format that can be received by others. So you may not have the symptoms, or if you do, you may not have them as strong as I did, but it was a pain in the head as the transformation happened through the, I'm hearing the cranial bones and the craniosacral system and the membranes around the brain. So as all of that is shifting, you might feel at the back of the occiput, the back of their head, where the zeal point chakra is as well, and even radiating down your spine, some buzzing or a bit of aching or throbbing. And the same through the center of the head, out through the forehead and out through the eyes. This is all just moving through. It's just transformation. You are essentially the butterfly in the chrysalis, going through transformation, ready to emerge with your wings into a new level of operating. And this is in unity with your twin flame counterpart. I did experience it as my twin flame going through the same thing at the same time, on the higher dimensions, rather than at the physical level. And so it's really important to take that time to rest and let that move through, not to take painkillers or suppress it or be concerned about it. It's moving through, it's temporary. It is helped by feeling safe, trusting the process, drinking a lot of water and resting and really listening to your body, listening to any guidance that come through. You're likely to have heightened senses. You're going to be more connected to unity, not just within your connection, but also through the collective energies, your environment. This doesn't mean that you're more susceptible to these energies. In fact, there's quite a strength and resilience that comes through, almost like an impenetrable system. However, there is a higher sensitivity, so you'll be getting more information through your higher senses. More creative flow, more inspiration, more desire to take action on that inspiration, and more understanding of how that is intimately connected to your soul group and your twin flame. Just more understanding of that, more evidence of that showing up, more realization as you see those synchronicities and those signs that are demonstrating that. So just be aware of all of that. And the other thing that I became aware of was that it was really connecting heaven and earth through the physical vessel. So just it's like that gap where you might have had upgrades and things, and then it takes a long time to move through your physical vessel and ground and become visible in the real world. That's more streamlined and more connected. So things happening faster, easier, more fluidly, more harmoniously, with less physical symptoms. So you'll have the symptoms, but they'll move through quicker and easier, and they won't knock you about as much. That was the information I was getting through. So as this video is getting quite long now and you're quite activated, I will just link below information about the twin flame spiral. This connects to that in terms of that was the beginning stage of where I was told by the guides that I was receiving these energies and I was going to connect in the physical with my twin flame. That happened within a week or two, is that I did actually meet him. It took me a little while to recognise what was going on, but it did actually happen. And so I have other videos about that I will link those below. And there are other videos as well that refer to that spiral, as I've seen different things happening. And you may have been following the Twinflame journey, which tracks that painting has been tracking the twin flame journey of the masculine to the feminine over a 5-year period via the eclipses, and that one has come to a completion. And I've really, really noticed the very big changes within the work we're doing in our twin flame alignment groups and what we're seeing on the ground as a completion, not just of the twin flames as they come together into unity at the high levels at a whole new level, but also at how that has then opened up into the new. So there's been a completion of one phase as we move into a new phase of unity, and this pineal twin flame spiral activation really is the next step in taking us into that new beginning at that whole new level of co-creation. So if you feel like you are really resonating with those light codes via the art and you would like to have them in the form of a mug where you're drinking the energy, or a necklace or jewellery, or as a canvas in your house, I have created those as products. I feel very inspired to create all of these codes into products that can be used for people to really access them. So you can find those over in my shop, and the links are below. And I hope you receive those energies well. I would say keep listening to the transmission over and over again. So listen to it, receive the light codes. Once you've integrated that, do another layer, listen again, receive the light codes, integrate them, do it again as many times as you need to. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care.